There we are. Some more memories of very precious friendship over the years, and I'd like to introduce John, and then I guess Ralph straight afterwards. John, please. Thank you.
It's maybe a little bit difficult for me. My friend Neil. I met Neil 40 years ago in 1979. He was in a pub in Charles Hill, North London, where he lived. I lived at the time in West London, and as I don't drink anyway, there would be absolutely no reason for me to be in that pub at that time in Charles Hill, a place I'd never heard of, except for a purely serendipitous moment. Here's what happened. Another friend had asked me to pick him up from his work as his car had broken down. I waited for him as arranged in the car park of this nondescript pub, but for some reason which I forget, he was late. So I decided to go inside for a sandwich, saw the pool table, put my 50p down to play the winner, and lo, Mr. Young and I came into each other's lives. He was only 18, a kid. I was a manly 23. We shouldn't have even had that much in common. But I was invited to join the pub's pool team, and so I began playing there quite regularly. Within weeks, we were good friends, and our lives have been connected ever since. We have had some adventures. We went on holidays together, played golf. In fact, the first round of golf I ever played was with Neil in Bournemouth. He introduced me to golf. We went to pool tournaments all around London, hustling, quite lucrative in fact. We spent hours and hours and hours playing snooker together, so consequently late night meals in Hampstead were very much the order of the day then. We just got on. He made me laugh so much. He did these great impressions of all the Disney characters and people off the telly. He was so talented. I got him and he got me. And for those of you who know me will know that's not an easy thing to achieve, or even to be bothered to want to achieve. But he bothered. And it's only when I started thinking about writing this that I realised that not only can I not recall having one argument with Neil, I cannot recall ever having a cross word with him in those 40 years, which again, those of you who know me will know, that's not possible either. But I assure you it's completely true, as both Alison and Lorraine can confirm. They have never seen us argue or fall out, because we never did. And it's only because of this awful tragedy that I now reflect on that and see how implausibly exceptional our friendship was. I don't think either of us gave it a thought. It was just us, and it's to my everlasting regret that I never got to tell him how cross I would be if he left without saying goodbye. I know he would have if he could. He always had impeccable manners. Neil was a fantastic husband, a loving father, and such a great friend. He told me many times when we'd be doing the lottery, dreaming of riches to come, that he had already won the lottery with Alison, who he loved so much. She made him so very, very happy. Punching above his weight, he called it. Neil was my best man, and he absolutely charmed everyone who met him. So much so that since hearing this terrible news, over a dozen people who were at our wedding have recounted snippets of his best man speech that they had remembered from 31 years ago. That's a high-quality legacy to leave on people that only met you once. Extraordinary. The Youngs moved to Dublin's Four Seasons in 2000 to take up a great work offer for Neil, which, to be honest, left me bereft at the time, but we saw each other fairly regularly, and they were having such a good life. And then his girls came along, Izzy and Charlotte. Oh my God, a prouder father you could never meet. They are his world. He would talk forever about their dancing, school achievements, musical prowess, and great holidays. His passion for them and everything they did was simply infectious, taking them to music lessons, dance practice, a cold, damp evening at the Scouts. His enthusiasm for it all was boundless. He was just never happier or prouder than when he was with his girls. Neil spent his last day on this earth at our house, as he had wanted to come over to congratulate our twin daughters on their graduation results. See, I told you he was a great friend. He brought with him this really expensive magnum of champagne that I know he'd had for at least 10 years and had been keeping it for a big day. And I said to him, I thought you were going to keep that for a special occasion. And all he said was, I did. This is it. Get the glasses. Notice, didn't keep it for his wedding anniversary, not kept for his girl's graduation, but for his friend, his little friend. That's what Alison calls me. It was just so indicative of the calibre of the man. I have been humbled. I have been humbled and grateful to be his friend. He made mine and my family's life so much richer than it was before we met him. And judging by all the messages Alison has since received, he has enriched many other lives as well. He was quite simply a delight to know. I know this nightmare has hit everyone here very hard, and that Neil will live long, long in our memories. My world is less beautiful now because he is not in it. He was to me the kindest, gentlest, loyalist, most decent man I've ever known, and I loved him. And I will miss him and his irresistible bear-like hugs terribly, as will we all, I'm sure. My tears are not because I've lost him, although I've never known pain like this before, but they are tears of gratitude for that day in 1979 when we met by sheer chance, and the 40 years I've had since then of knowing and being with him. I could not be more grateful for that incredible piece of luck, which absolutely changed and improved my life beyond measure. So, good night, sweet prince, and may flights of angels guide you to your rest. Thank you for being my friend.